Hey, what's up everyone? Wolfman here, back at it again with another LEGO Star Wars review, and today I am doing the second Mandalorian starfighter in the lineup of Mandalorian used vehicles. But before I get into the review, just a quick reminder of the upcoming review on my Grand Fleet, which, again, I'm going to keep saying this, is going to be a review on it's going to consist of several factions from Republic, Empire, First Order, Rebel, and Resistance, and anything in between that will include Mandalorian. Now that review is coming up. It's going to be on the last weekend of November. I believe it is the 26th. So if anyone who comes across this channel, if you want to tune in for that and even watch the other reviews that are going to be coming up here within between now and then feel free to come join the Wolf Pack by hitting the red subscribe button down below. And I will be saying that again. I am an echo chamber. So with that out of the way, and without any further ado, onto the review. And here it is, set number 75316, Mandalorian Starfighter. It was released back in 2021, so well over a year ago, and comes with 3 minifigures. Comes with Gar Saxon, Bo-Katan Kryze, and a Mandalorian Loyalist. And these three are actually, and two of which I do believe these two, the two character ones, are the two unique figures in this set. As you can see here in the photo right here, the detailing on these guys is quite superb, especially with Gar Saxon's helmet, but even the design on Bo-Katan's helmet as well. I believe only the two characters are the only ones with faces, and I believe Bo-Katan also has a double face, but she also comes with her wig as well, as you can see in this photo as well. And each one does come with a jetpack, as a typical Mandalorian would actually utilize. And I am a big fan, and once again, credit to the designers who came up with each of these different looks. And of course, a major kudos that they finally came up with a set with the infamous Bo-Katan Kryze. And there is some lore behind around these characters. Gar Saxon, who was first introduced in Star Wars Rebels, who was the Prime Minister of Mandalore up until his death at the hands of Sabine Wren's mother, the Duchess Ursa Wren, who actually was a comrade to Bo-Katan. And she was actually first introduced in the Clone Wars series. And quite frankly, she didn't have much of a role up until the death of Pre Vizsla, whose Starfighter I did a review last video, and they finally waited this long, I think 11 years or so, to finally do Bo-Katan. But after Pre Vizsla's death, Bo-Katan made her own splinter group, and this other third Mandalorian here would be considered a loyalist. And of course she went onward throughout the rest of the Clone Wars, trying to liberate her world from Darth Maul, who kills Pre Vizsla, who was the leader of the Death Watch movement, and which Gar Saxon was an ally of up until his capture at the end of the Clone Wars. If you haven't seen the series, I highly recommend that you do. I think you can only watch it on Disney+. Anywho, Bo-Katan would actually be quite the legacy character, as she would actually make an appearance in the Mandalorian TV series, as she came in and rescued Din Djarin and the child Grogu on, I can't remember what planet it was, but the Mando was actually given a task to help, help someone in need to get back home, basically. If anyone who has seen the program. But Bo-Katan actually has quite a number of appearances. She appeared in Clone Wars, Rebels, and first ever live-action appearance in The Mandalorian. And she will make another appearance in the 3rd season of The Mandalorian, which is going to be so awesome. But she's had several allies, several ties, not just with the Jedi's, mainly both Obi-Wan Kenobi, who she liberated after he was captured, and his failed attempt, or their failed attempts to rescue Bo-Katan's sister, the Duchess Satine. Anyways, she would later join forces with Ahsoka Tano which would lead to the infamous battle known as the Siege of Mandalore, where they would part ways but remain in contact. So Bo-Katan is actually quite the unique character, and she's actually one of my favorite Mandalorians, right I think I like her more than I like Sabine Wren, if you know who follows the lore. But anywho, I think that's enough information on the characters, which are really awesome to have as well. Now onward to the starfighter itself, and this is the second version of the Mandalorian fighter that Lego has come out with, and it's about dang time that they have, but it does have its flaws, and I will point them out. But first, just the size of it, they definitely downsized it, and of course, once again, it does have the other features that the other fighter had. Of course, given this is a Gauntlet class starfighter, as it has been referred to as, and it does still have the prominent features that the starfighter has. The wings do come down, so it gives us that awesome, stylish looking looking silhouette from above and below. But of course, it has a narrow silhouette as well. And of course, the cockpit does turn as well here. I apologize for the view, just to give you guys another view. So that's basically what it looks like. And of course, once again, when the wings are up, it's basically out of frame. So I'll do a couple of separate photos of the wings up and the wings down. So, and also the cockpit turns. I have it in position, so I'll throw those photos in for you, so anyone who can get a better look at it. But the design on it and even the pieces that they use are quite spot on. It's a definite much needed upgrade as far as designs. Because I'm just gonna show it anyways. I'm a big fan. I actually love how the color schemes on the wings themselves. I'm sorry if the light doesn't do any real justice. There's a lot of dark colors on this, which is fine. I mean, no complaints. But they almost seem a little on the flimsy side. I mean, the wing tips up here, they actually are pretty solid, I guess. But I don't know. I almost seem a little heavily opinionated on whether or not the structure is settled or not. But the design on it is actually quite neat, and I actually like the design a lot. And of course, once again, this sucker does come with a turret that does turn, but only 360 degrees. It does not angle up, does not angle down, unlike the last one. Of course, this one being a smaller one. The other one had 2 guns, this one only has 1. And of course, the engines, once again, 2 sets, along with a pair of thrusters on each. One of the features that this sucker was given, actually 2 of them, one of them was, it comes with the spring-loaded missiles. Just like the other ones unlike its predecessor. But it also has the stud launchers on both sides of the cockpit, which is a neat touch. I mean, gives it more playability and whatnot. So no real complaints there. And of course, once again, the cockpit seats 2, both Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian Loyalist, because this is considered her starfighter or her starship, and does come with a display right in there. And just like the design actually is well put together, especially in this the cockpit area here. It's not completely straight. I mean, you do got these these extra detailing here that kind of span out here and come out to a fair point. But it also comes with a couple other guns here, or nose-mounted guns here on the front as well. I mean, if they actually had made it sealed off, then it would give it a bit of an X-wing nose design, which, quite frankly, it's good that they actually did this kind of design. But one of the features I forgot to point out was the back here. In the Star Wars lore, they actually have a loading ramp right below here. Of course, in the last one, pre-Vizsla, it's actually a storage bay, but this one is just a flat-out boarding ramp, which I don't know why they would bother. I mean, this ship is way smaller than its predecessor, and the Star Wars universe, these suckers are huge, like way massive, and they're practically gunships that can actually carry troop transport. They can basically carry troops in the nose section on the underside, which they've shown prominently in both Clone Wars and Rebels. Now I'm gonna go ahead and voice off my complaints on this fighter. One being just how loose this is. This is actually on a different design. I wonder if I can just take this apart real quick. Okay, I guess I can't. It's sturdy. It's actually rather sturdy. They use a different piece to do the connecting, which allows it to do the turning. I wish I could say or explain how they've done that, but unfortunately, it just kind of gives it the bit of a wobbly function. But really, I just do, which I would almost want to change myself, really. But one other thing is when it lands, it of course lands on both the thrusters, but also lands on this notch here that sticks out from the bottom. Of course, it does have another pair underneath, so it kind of gives off that kind of look. Excuse me. So when it lands, instead of standing upward like the last one does, it tilts forward, which, well, given its size, they probably couldn't think of anything else, but that's the only complaint I would have on this set. But other than that, the design is great, the detailing is spot on, which I must say, and just the minifigures that it comes with in general are just overall worth it. And I would do some modifications if I could, or whenever I would. I would definitely change the landing gears on the underside. I mean, I don't know if I actually got this wrong or not, given the position of the landing gear on the underside, but I'd say they're near or there. But it's still overall great design, and I actually would recommend this set, not just to build up a Mandalorian army, but also to get the characters as well. I did contemplate getting, I think, maybe 2 more of this sucker, but unless I come up with a new design, unless I decide to do a lot of modifications to improve on the landing gear, I probably wouldn't do it. But this set is sale available at this time, and it's been available for well over a year. So even if I decide to, I probably could get 2 more. But I almost want to do my own mock designs, but I would have to change the wings, designs, which seems a bit of a hassle. I mean, I prefer pre-Vizsla's Mandalorian Starfighter overall, but this one isn't half bad. So I believe there really isn't much else to say, so I would say that would be my review. So that was my review on the Mandalorian Starfighter, and if you liked that video, please feel free to leave a like down below and leave a comment, because I would like to hear some feedback from anyone who comes across this channel. And if you do want to see more content like this, then come join the Wolfpack by hitting the red subscribe button down below, like I had said before. And definitely tune in to see more, or tune into the upcoming review on my Grand Fleet. Now as of this recording and upload, I now got 4 more starfighters that I'm going to be doing reviews on. 3 of them, which next week are going to be on first order ships, but I got 1 more, quote, Mandalorian starfighter that I'm going to be, or starship, or whichever, almost makes no difference to me. I got 1 more that's going to be coming up, so anyone who wants to see what that is, if anyone wants to guess what that is, leave a comment. Otherwise, by the time you've probably seen this video, if you went made it all the way through, you would basically potentially would know what it is, because it's going to be uploaded within 2 days, or a day or 2 after this upload. So definitely tune in for that if you want to see that. And I believe there's nothing else from me. I don't think there's anything left for me to say except to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney, and I'll see you guys next time.